Do 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 do. All right, there he is. Hello, hello.
Oh, hello. There we are. Yes.
Oh man, that's also not good. What is going on?
No, 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 no. Give it. It might come good. It might come good. We
I'm
did this.
I'm just gonna keep the faith.
If it's really, really bad, then don't worry about it.
Oh, you know what? Keep talking those magical words to me, Maynard.
Magical words.
Oh, you know what?
Shazam.
It did come good. It came in. It's
There,
better.
There it is. It's better.
It's a little better. Maybe. I don't know. It's like
Yeah, it's always good on my end, but it's everyone else's end. When they're in a call with me, it just turns to shit.
I think it's
It only happened... Sorry, go on.
it's definitely good enough, is what I will say for
Good
sure.
enough. All right, all right. If it's good
Definitely
enough,
not a
let's do
problem.
it.
Hell yeah. What's going
are you-
on, dude?
Well, hopefully some video games and a chat with you.
Hell yeah.
So, what? Do you want to join a channel on NA, and that's how we can get our party going?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Okay, there's a channel Maynarde that has 2 whole people in it.
Slash
Do you wanna
join
that one.
Maynard.
There it is.
Now there's 3 whole people.
Oh
I
my
will
God.
take your friend request. Thank you for offering me that friend request.
My pleasure. Mon plaisir.
Co-op,
now-
man. Goddamn.
Co-op, yes. Now I do all right with Nova. I have a maxed out Nova and a maxed out Dahaka. What's your poison?
I really like Dahaka. I have a maxed out Vorzoon as well, though. How like deep into the masteries are you with your guys, with your characters?
Oh, like barely. I maxed them
Really?
out and then I changed to a different character. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, I'm 11 in Takis. I think I might level him up a bit.
Okay, well if you're gonna do a level 11, I'm gonna do a level 8 Kerrigan, and we can play
All right.
nice, relaxing, not super hardcore. You know, nice leveling up experience. That's all I want.
But still, a random mission of the brutal variety because we're
Hardcore.
multiplayer players and brutal is for the coolest of the cool people, and everything else is substandard. I'm sure you'll agree.
Yeah, sure. Whatever you say, buddy. I believe in your ability to carry me. That's what I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna put out there to the world. Okay. Do I have to ready up? I do have to ready up.
Deftones ruptured my eardrum. Yeah.
Wait, excuse that person? What? Wait, what?
Yeah, I'm listening to Deftones right now in the background, and so I guess someone in my chat, Chicks, said that she went to I think maybe went to a concert that blew the eardrums out. Jesus.
Literally? Oh my god,
Oh.
that's not good.
Oof. Man, that ain't good. Whoop.
Bark, bark.
That's my doggy.
Woof, bark.
My dog has cameo appearances on the stream, as does my wife. Both of them. The wife is very cool about it. She'll come on a call and it's all organized and good to go. The dog's just every now and then just yells. And that's how he gets on the stream.
Bless.
Being loud.
Dude, Deftones though. Deftones are my favorite band, actually.
Are they?
Yeah, they are.
Oh, we're gonna get along very well.
Hell yeah.
My favorite band's Tool. But
Tool is
Deftones
also
is
good.
Deftones is like top 5 for sure.
I know that you're a really good like big music guy, and I feel like I'm out of my depth at this point trying to talk about music because, like, I don't know, first year university came and went, and then I just stopped paying super close attention to the music industry on whole. And now I am just listening to like emo lo-fi SoundCloud stuff. Oh man, it's embarrassing, Maynard, I tell you.
So what do you mean by lo-fi? Like, what are you listening to these days?
Like a lot of, like the SoundCloud rappers everybody complains about.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Not that's not really like lo-fi, I guess, but it's hard to explain, right? Because it's not even particularly low fidelity. It's just that that's where the concept kind of came from. This whole like lo-fi wave, I guess. I don't know. So there's a bunch of SoundCloud, like beat artists and rappers and stuff like that kind of have like a lo-fi vibe to them, but aren't actually low fidelity. But I like both.
They sound a little vintagey, like using old equipment on purpose.
Yeah, some of them, and then I don't know, man. It's weird. It's weird the scene that goes on. I do love that kind of like vintage, you know, like the crackle of the record player kind of thing.
Yeah, a lot of people do.
I'm into that. But
a lot of people like classic formats and that sort of thing. I think that when it comes to music, I can get behind classic format a little bit more, even though I am, you know, a digital age kind of guy where I do enjoy having like a very high quality sound file. Like if I can get a lossless sound file, I'll prefer that over anything. Because I like to have a little device that carries, you know, 10,000 songs on it that I can go, you know, travel the world with.
That's not good.
Oh, there goes your scouting overlord.
That's really bad.
Sorry about that. Yeah, it's not great. Yeah, as I say, so you know, usually MP3, 320 kbps, I'm happy with. I don't really listen to CDs anymore, but I have a little bit of a CD collection. But I do prefer digital over anything else. But actually, when people are like, "Oh, I like old movie formats better," like I like 8mm over getting a Blu-ray, I look at them sideways. I'm like,
"Oh my god, dude, please!"
The format is like there is a massive difference in quality between one and the other, and better picture is better picture in my opinion. So it's like,
I would agree with that.
Does anyone truly enjoy StarCraft original over remastered visually?
You know what? This sounds super bad. I kind of think even remastered is a little bit like rough looking for me. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm like a total high fidelity queen or something now. I don't know, but yeah. I mean, old records have this really cool sound to them, but yeah, the movie thing I don't get. I'm not with it at all. Yeah, I don't know. I definitely
Maybe
appreciate
I care more about music than movies. I don't know.
Maybe. If you like the proggy stuff too, I can definitely see, you know, needing that high fidelity MP3 or, you know, MKV or whatever.
Well, also a lot of, you know, prog isn't a new genre, but sort of like the modern prog is very much concerned about tone chasing and using really cool combinations of equipment to come up with very unique sounds. Because so many of them sound very similar. Yeah, so many of them sound very similar, and to break away from the pack, they do things like use different equipment and, you know, sometimes even like vintage-inspired amplifiers and that sort of thing to get a certain kind of sound. You know, one of my favorite international prog bands, Monuments, is a UK band. Oopsie daisies, that's a lot of stuff.
I don't know my buttons.
They use a lot of some like German vintage amplifiers to try and get a specific sound and a specific tone that they're after. And yeah, they just call it tone chasing.
That's so obscure.
Yeah, well,
German amplifiers in particular.
Oh, this one particular brand. There's like the lead guitarist Josh Homme in Monuments has like a video on his gear and what he uses and what they recorded their latest album with. They just had their third album rather released, and it's cool, man. I get super into all that stuff. I got a bit of a collection of music gear myself, so.
I used to play guitar. Underscore used to, I guess, sadly. But I always thought, you know, like why would you, you know, like use one of those older amplifiers? You know, what is really the reason why you would use something so old to get that sound? But I mean, there's so much different sounds throughout the whole technology history of music and recording artists, I guess, you know.
And there are so many good digital things that you can get for music. I for instance have an AXFX, like a Fractal FX AXFX2, which is a really high-end digital amplifier that has basically any sound you could imagine. But then there's like that extra little bit of quality that analog can sometimes give you if you really are a bit of an audiophile. Analog is always better. Like my casting setup is analog. I've got a compressor and a mixer, and you know, it's all done through a dynamic microphone. But there is, like, people that are super into it will notice the difference, but people that aren't won't. And also there's the other thing that if you're going for an analog setup, musically or even with casting, it is like a lot more complicated. Sometimes it's a lot more expensive because you have to buy a lot of gear. You have to daisy chain it all together and cable it correctly. You have to worry about things like cables not being the right quality. It's not grounded correctly, the electricity, because it's all analog. It can sometimes have like a buzz to it if you don't do it right. It could be too low, too high. It's kind of hard to diagnose. But if you just go digital, you just plug it into a USB and you're good to go.
it's so much to think about. I don't know, man. I guess maybe I'm one of those people that is like, oh, it's fine, it sounds good. But
yeah, I am for the most part as well. But I figured that for things that are like, I really care about commentary, obviously,
yeah.
and I really care about music. So I want those things to have that little bit of extra polish to them. I figure that considering I'm trying to make a living casting and I intend to make music again at some point, but I haven't really gotten around to it yet, to be honest. I've bought the gear, so it's ready to go, and I definitely wanted the casting to sound as good as possible. So, my man Sal, Upper Tree Zelda, helped me out a lot with my setup, and you probably recognize him.
Yeah.
Another great Canadian.
He's a nice dude. I met him very briefly in Montreal last year. I think it was Montreal. I think so.
That's actually when I met him in person as well.
Oh,
very
nice.
Briefly in Montreal last year.
Yeah, he seems real nice. I haven't had the pleasure of having a longer chat with him, but it's also really cool. I kind of tie you into this too. I think that, like, for me as a fan, one of the most important things for me to like kind of gauge how StarCraft is doing, what kind of scale it's on, it was seeing new people rise up in the scene. Which kind of sounds a little bit silly maybe, but I think that was really important to me. And it's super cool to still see it happening, like through yourself rising up to become, like, pretty much, I think you could say you're a mainstay in WCS broadcasts on some level at least.
The arguments can be made.
Arguments could definitely be made. And then, like, on the streaming side of things, people like Sal, just super, super cool. Always want to root for people's success, I guess.
I might, you know how your Overlord scouted that base over here to the left? I might try and clear that up a little bit.
All right, let's go for it. I'm kind of literally just waiting for Hydras. I need to, like, read everything. Oh, man.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's a lot. Let's go.
A lot of stuff.
Go in.
Yeah, let's do it. Ah, shit. Okay, you keep going if you have units. Do you? Oh, because we got an attack coming over here.
Yeah, come back. That Banshee is going to murder me. Oh no, that was so horrendously timed.
Are you in Struggle Town over there? You're
no,
good?
we're good.
Okay.
Nothing was as bad as it seemed.
Excellent.
I'm gonna have Hydras out in a second.
Good lad.
So you've been playing for, I mean, you're like a Brood War person, right? Is that your history?
I did play it when I was a kid, but not like super into it. It was mainly like campaign and that sort of thing. I am not the worker transfer guy.
What?
Yeah, believe it or not, I'm not the worker transfer guy. I actually should. You never heard the term Maynarding your workers?
No, I don't think I have.
Oh my god. Well then, let's just leave it there.
Wait, no, you have to explain now, please. I must know.
All right. There's this Brood War player called Maynarde, back in like the late '90s, early 2000s. American Terran player.
Okay.
And he created the whole idea of oversaturating one base with workers, so that later you could saturate another base quicker. You just send half the workers from one oversaturated mineral line to a new one.
That sounds awful.
And ever since then, like, a lot of people that are into StarCraft will ask, "Are you the worker transfer guy?" And
was
I'm
it
not.
was
like
it
I
good?
Say, that guy retired in 2001. I actually still play, and I'm a StarCraft 2 commentator from Australia. That guy's an American that retired. I'm pretty sure. Have you heard of Wisecracks? You know the Wisecracks from Twitter?
From Twitter, yeah.
Yeah, I've met him in person, and he actually has done business with the actual Brood War Maynard.
Really?
Yeah, because he's a stockbroker, I think, or a
really.
He's in finance of some variety.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. One of them suits.
That's so. Like, I want to say obscure, but is it really obscure? I don't know.
A lot of people have got a full-time position doing something else while they're a StarCraft fan. I used to be one of those.
Definitely.
I actually gave that up for trying to make a life doing what I do. with StarCraft.
Yeah,
I don't have... Yeah.
we can do this 100%.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Just trying to get
Oh god, they're fire
my
bots.
ghost.
It's less than 100%.
Yeah, we'll be right. We'll be right. I got this thing right here. There we go.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Tychus is pretty good.
I was gonna say, yeah, like, I mean, I literally never played Brood War at all, but even for me as somebody who, you know, got in through Wings, co-op is such an interesting, like, beast, you know, an interesting side of this video game that exists.
I honestly didn't give it a whole lot of thought. Like, for the first year and a bit of Legacy of the Void, I played it once and went, oh yeah, that's cool, but it's not for me. But then I think when Dahaka got released, I started playing Dahaka promotionally because Blizzard, like the Australian Blizzard, you know, Blizzard ANZ, the studio they have in Sydney, just basically said, oh, here's some codes for Dahaka. Why don't you do a giveaway and play Dahaka on stream to promote the new co-op hero? And I'm like, yeah, sure, you know, whatever. You know, how bad could it be? And I did, like, you know, I did a full stream of Dahaka, and I found that by, like, the 4th or 5th mission, I'm like, uh-oh, I'm addicted.
Hell
I think I like this a little bit too much.
I think Dahaka is so fun, dude.
Well, I lost my entire day playing Dahaka, man.
That's the way the Blizzard overlords intended.
That's right. I mean, Blizzard, bless their cotton socks, they know how to make an addictive game. Can you grab that attack wave on the right-hand side, and I'll get the one on the left? I'm all the way, on the way there. King Cobb said, that's funny, Artosis used the term on the last Pylon show, and I always wondered what that meant. I assumed it wasn't you, I thought it was a verb. Regarding the Maynard transfer. Yeah, that's right, King Cobb. Steelpup B3B0 asks 2v2. I was just doing some co-op here with my man Cyan.
What's
a Canuck?
Yes.
Content producer.
That's a fact.
Are you like a Newfoundland?
Yeah, yeah, I am.
Of Canada, like that kind of. Yeah.
I am in Newfoundland. You gotta say it right too. The locals. There's like a way to pronounce it. So it's not Newfoundland.
It's Newfoundland.
Newfoundland, yeah. If
Newfoundland. Okay.
Yeah, it's like if to noof was a verb. Wait, what? Is there still stuff back here? What the hell? If to noof is a verb, then you have to say, like, you know, like, oh, I'm in the act of noofing, you know, Newfoundland. That's the most accurate way I've ever heard anybody describe it. So
that is a little confusing.
It is a little confusing. Dude, we have like our own, very own accent dialogue here. It is something. I don't know if you've ever heard it.
It was my understanding that Newfoundland is where everyone does the A's.
No. I think that's like Southern Ontario. I actually, you know what? I kind of think that it's a myth. I've never heard a Canadian.
Is it?
I've never, ever heard it, is what I'll say there.
I'm going to defend.
Cool.
You keep on those locks, buddy.
I thought we both had to be... Yeah, we both need
we
to
got
be
some
on
attack
the
settings in the middle. Yeah. I'll send my medic. I'll send my medic in. We'll still capture it.
Okay. I'm going to put a
we got some red dots over here that need to go away, you know what I mean?
I feel you.
Make these red dots go away.
Oof, that's a lot of red dot. That's one thing that I miss not playing Dahaka. The ability to just plant stuff all around the map at a whim.
Oh, yeah. And I love how you just teleport around doing stuff. That's kind of why I like Tychus as well, and also Nova. Like, you can, you can basically like jump jet around, and with Tychus you can make the medevac pick up, so you can zoom around wherever you have vision on the map. It's awesome.
I'm just always impressed by what they do with the co-op, you know, repertoire, I guess. Stuff that I wouldn't think about, you know, like making what is it, Mira or Han and Horner?
Yeah,
they are so cool. I love that.
It is really cool. I would have never thought to put them in the game, to be honest.
I know, that's another thing. I actually really, really desperately want to like start getting into StarCraft lore. Like, I haven't even finished the what is it, the Legacy of the Void campaign.
Oh, dude.
I know.
Yourself. It's so good. It's actually the best RTS campaign I've ever played, and I've played all of them. Like, I love RTS, so like, yeah,
that
like
is
Command
some
and
high
Conquer,
praise.
or the Red Alert, all that sort of stuff. I played through it. It's not like the best in terms of story, that's for damn sure. But it's sorry, you keep going over here. I'm gonna pull back. I'm trying to defend.
Cool. Ooh, I just lost a whole bunch.
We're gonna lose one of these locks.
Actually, we may not. I have a lot of stuff here.
Ah, shit, they captured it.
Oh, wow, that's a lot. Uh...
I got you.
Oh, hey, buddy.
Hey, pal. I got those medevac teleports, my friend. Do you want to send a link over to the left-hand side? We can reclaim that lock as well.
Yeah, I'm just going to leave a Hydra on the top left. And if it lives, it lives. And if it dies, well, sorry, buddy.
King Cobb says, shame he doesn't have a thick Newfie accent.
No, it's not. Oh, I shouldn't say that. That sounds mean to my province. But I don't know, dude. I'll tell you, I used to work at Canadian Tire, which is like a hardware store kind of thing. And I filled propane tanks. I filled people's barbecue propane tanks. And the kind of, like, some of the people that would
Hank
come...
Hill, but real.
Hank Hill, but real life. That's exactly what's up. And boy, I encountered some real hardcore Newfoundland accents at that position.
Nice.
Oh, man, that was lit. I don't know what you did, but it got him.
Oh, yeah. We're going to kill this red dot, and then we're going to get that yellow triangle. It's going to happen.
Sounds good.
King Cobb says, apparently some people find that term offensive. Don't read that.
Newfie?
I don't... Yeah.
Actually, yeah, that's a real thing. It's kind of... It's weird, man. We're like... I don't know, dude. It's hard to explain. Some people really oversell it in their... I don't know what you'd call it. The way that they're insulted by it. It's definitely not as big a deal as some people feel it is, but there is a history of people from here being treated very poorly because they're from here in the rest of Canada. There's like some pretty negative stereotypes of like Newfoundlanders, like, oh, they're always on the welfare, and oh, they're always out drinking and not doing anything. Yeah, yeah. Because we're like we have very little money in this province. We're traditionally, politically, we're not in a great spot. Economically, politically, not, you know, whatever. But some people definitely do take offense. But like, I think it depends on completely on the tone that you're using it in. I'm totally adverse to treating it like it's outright like a big no-no word, you know, all the time.
Your queen, listen.
Well, sorry to hear that.
Oh, it's ain't no thing. Dude, that's so good. Look at that. Look at all of these abilities.
It is not bloody bad. Let's just finish this mission. Maybe we'll be okay.
Oh, I forgot.
Come on. Oh shit, did I... Oh, we lost your unit from this lock.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we got it. Yeah, there we go.
Hey.
We ran to the end. We crossed that finish line. GG. Woof. Well played, mate. One for the books.
GG.
GG.
Filled propane tanks in the Texas of Canada. You're not too wrong, Revelance.
I love that term. You're not wrong. It's like not a. It's like acknowledging, but also not acknowledging at the same time.
Yeah. Hard facts that maybe you don't want to talk about. Like, oh well, you're not wrong.
Man, you're kidding me. I'm like not even a hair's breadth away from level 12, and it's just got me. How many XPs is that? Come on, StarCraft. I've got 999,000. I've got 99,727 out of 100,000 XP. I'm literally 273 points, XP points. That's like killing 2 units or whatever from getting level 12.
You should have killed 2 units, Maynard.
I mean, cops blue balling me here.
Absolutely, it is.
Well,
they want you to play another game.
That's right. Oh yeah, dude, Ranger Danger. I am a big fan of Gunship. I got their latest album. I just got I got the email from Bandcamp that it was going down, and I've got it. Also, letting you guys know that Cyan is streaming as well. If you want to also watch both our streams, use the command multi in chat. It's just ! multi, and you'll get a multi-stream link, which I also tweeted out. So you should be able to watch both. If you have the pipes, of course. If your internet can't handle it, then I'm so sorry.
Appreciate it, brother.
Oh, good, mate.
What's up, Tyler? Nice to see people in my chat, too. Yeah,
there you go.
I feel like I incorporate a fair bit of StarCraft 2 slang just into my day-to-day life. You know, is it though? Has become a staple for me. No one understands what that is. No one understands that that's a reference at all. But I cannot stop making it.
I mean, they don't need to understand it's a reference for it to still be understood, I feel. Like, if someone's like, oh, I think this is a really great idea, and you say, is it, though? Like, I think they understand. I think they're picking up what you're putting down. I think they're eating what you're cooking.
Better than that,
what you're stepping in.
When it catches on in the rest of the friend group, I get to claim ownership of that. We're like, oh, man.
Oh, you get to pretend that was your thing?
Yeah, he's so good at making memes and stuff. Look at this guy. Is it though has become such a good thing in our friend group? Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. How's
this guy not internet famous?
Yeah, they don't know. Nobody knows my real life.
Mm-hmm.
How
haven't stoked it yet, so stoked. Dark All Day, the song has been listened to over 50 times easily. Yeah, Range Danger. I also really like the video clip if you haven't seen it. It's a really nice video clip. 1000 Hours says, ahoy hoy, what's up? Co-op with my friend Cyan. That's what we're doing.
Hell yeah.
I get really annoyed by a lot of my casts. I never used to watch them, but I watch them back to try and improve. And the number one thing that I hate about my casting is that I and ah too much.
Oh man, I feel that.
Well, at least for me. No one else notices it, or at least doesn't talk to me about it, but I notice it, and it's like nails on a chalkboard for me. I hate it when commentators on an R. I think you should be smooth and silky.
It's interesting how hyper aware you can be as the person doing it, like when you watch yourself back, right? And how little everybody else notices. You know, that's such an odd thing.
I mean, I think it's like if you for, like we were talking about film before, if you study film or if you are a musician, you notice things more. Like, if, for instance, when I listen to a song, I can completely phase the vocalist out of my brain, whereas most people will hear a vocalist and think that that's the whole band. Like, if the singer's no good, then, you know, fuck this band. I can't handle the vocals. But I can phase them out and just listen to the music, generally. Because there's a lot of prog metal bands that have bad vocalists, and I just ignore them. Just listen to the band, you know. But and I think it's the same with commentary. Like, if you are a commentator, and you've like done a lot of study in the field or a lot of practice in the field, and then you look at it, you know, as a fan, because I'm a fan of commentators as well as being one. I can hear what's good and bad about the cast a little bit more, or you know, the small nuances. Whatever you want to call it.
That makes a lot of sense. Mine is always, I mean, I and I ah a little bit, I guess, but the bigger one for me when I listen to myself back, I make this like click sound with my mouth before I start a thought, I guess. Like, if I'm thinking about it, like, I don't know, I can't describe it.
I do that too.
It's so weird. I never knew that about myself until I started to watch myself talk.
Do you rewatch it much or not really?
I used to rewatch literally everything that I did like multiple times, but not so much anymore, because that's a lot of time, honestly. It's an awful lot of time to sink into, you know, one piece of content.
Sure.
And there's a lot of things going on constantly that require attention, you know what I mean?
Speaking of which, Megadog1324, thank you for the 5-month resub, asks, BlizzCon pick? I will say Cyril, and it's going to be a massive moment in StarCraft history.
Do you think?
The first non-Korean world champion.
That would be so insane.
I actually do believe that it's possible. Like, the dream is actually alive. And not only possible, I think it's... I mean, the unfortunate thing for Cyril, I guess... Oops, there's an attack in your main.
Oh my god.
I don't have medevacs yet, so you're going to take some damage.
It's okay.
Alright, and they're gone. Oh, no, they're not. My grenade's not been upgraded yet.
It's all good. Okay, it's all good. I think I lost one Overlord. No, I lost a Queen. That's fine.
Okay.
That is a very bold prediction, though. I feel like that kind of prediction is the type of thing...
Is it really is it, though? Like, a bold prediction to say that Cyril wins?
I think that's the kind of prediction that can make some people, like, angry to hear, almost. It seems like, as good as Cyril is, there's this, I don't want to say prevailing notion, but there's this idea that he's overhyped because people are biased. Yep. I would agree. Oh, wait, did I die? Did I cut? Uh-oh. Okay, I'm back.
Are you still there?
I'm still there.
Okay, I think I had a hiccup in the Matrix just then.
I mean, it was on my end, but I think we're good now. That's that classic Newfoundland internet, actually.
Oh, beautiful, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as an Australian, I can relate to, you know, internet not being the greatest at all times.
It's rough. Yeah, I totally agree, though, with, on the topic of Cyril.
Yes.
Do you feel, I kind of think that Maru is at an end a little bit, you know? Like, I feel like there's not a lot left for him to...
I actually agree with you. I think Maru, you know, is probably the best player in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But Maru also has a lot of, you know, I feel like Euthermal really nailed it in the sense that Maru, all the things that he has won and done really well in, I mean, except for WESG, which honestly didn't have that much contest for him. Like, not to shit on the other players, but was there really anyone that would normally beat Maru there? Well, good night, Kerrigan. And also good night, Tychus, apparently.
Uh-oh.
So let's pull that out of here. Whoopsie daisies. It was a little bit of an overextension. But I honestly think that that the BlizzCon format doesn't really favor Maru very well. I think that he'll prepare a lot for his group because he is such a preparation beast. But I think once you get out of that group stage into the next stage, and I do fully believe that he'll get out of his group. By the way, like I have no.
Oh yeah.
I have no like. Oh, I think Hero Marine's gonna beat him. Actually, who's in his group? Oh, say Neeb and Lambo. I don't think Neeb and Lambo are gonna beat Maru. I mean, maybe Neeb, maybe. But I honestly don't know if he gets heaps further than that, depending on who he gets, like in the bracket. He is very much so better than a lot of the people that are in BlizzCon, but I don't think he's.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he can actually win the whole thing, to be honest.
I super agree with that. I'll tell you, I feel like Lambo. I agree that Lambo's probably the underdog there. I think that 2019 could be year of Lambo, though.
Oh.
What?
I mean, Lambo is definitely getting better. Absolutely, like his run at Austin was massive. But I'm just like, oh, you sweet summer child. I don't know if that's gonna be the year of Lambo yet, but I want to believe. I'm like Mulder from Sex Files.
I'm gonna talk about it. Okay, I'm just gonna hype it up.
You tell me.
I said at the top of this year that this would be the year of Zest. I like made a tweet about it and everything. I pinned it. I was like, hey guys, end of the year. Well, I mean, I don't want to talk about it. Never mind. I changed my mind.
You changed your mind, really?
Yeah.
You
just shut up. How's that? What are you doing to me here? Okay, God. Ugh. Poor Zest. He came the closest outside of Maru to having a year. Credit to him for that. I have nothing that shoots up.
I do.
I am about to.
This.
Oh yeah, you're OP as heck, big Terran boy.
Yeah, we're good. My big Terran muscle's getting flexed here. Oh, took some damage on Crooked Sam, but it is dead. There we go.
Not on my watch. Need to move against the void shards soon.
Man, it
We're
is
running out of time.
a lot to try and focus on so many things like this, I gotta say.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh no, dude, don't be sorry. I'm enjoying it. It's like hard mode co-op on Brutal.
I love it.
I need to
It
start,
feels really cathartic.
Oh yeah, definitely. Being able to like just win games.
I love that co-op. Just makes you feel like everything is super powerful.
Yes.
Like it's just a really strong. You got a really strong kit no matter which co-op hero you play. There's so many different play styles. I love it.
I wonder how far they can go with like design of characters, you know, like.
Well, I mean, there's only so many characters in the lore that you can turn into co-op heroes. Oops, your Kerrigan's going to die again.
Oh no, is she?
Yeah,
Where
she's
is
dead.
she? Where the heck
She's
was
dead.
she? Oh no.
She's in hell.
Oh god damn it.
Need more energy. Your forces are under attack.
I wonder if they would ever make a character, like put a character into the lore specifically to be co-op.
Maybe.
I could totally see that.
You have not enough.
I would
Yeah.
totally support that. That sounds fantastic.
Same. I remember in Valencia, I was having a conversation with one of my caster brethren, and I'm not going to say who. I'm not going to say if it was a he or a she or anything like that, but there was sort of a tiding of doom, a prophecy saying that, you know what, StarCraft 2 development team's winding down, and I happen to know because I'm on the inside that I understand that they're stopping co-op, they're stopping WCS, or not stopping WCS, but they're stopping co-op, they're going to cut back on budget, blah, blah, blah. No more war chests, no more co-op commanders. And then the funny thing was less than a month later, the new war chest was revealed at GSM the World, and then Tigers was released. And I'm like, is it though?
That is incredible. Sucks to be
That's fine.
that person, I guess. Well, it doesn't
That
really,
person.
though. It's
I
good for
guess.
us all. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it seems like once every 6 months that kind of thing happens in the StarCraft scene, where that kind of like
We require
dread and doom and gloom just pops up, and people get down on it.
I actually have a bit more of a sunny disposition with that. I think that it actually happens like not every 6 months. I would say maybe like maybe once a year now or less.
I agree with that.
Like usually like at the when like it feels like every year there's a bit of a slow season. After BlizzCon, there's a little bit of like actually usually after BlizzCon's not too bad because there's last few years there's been a big change to the game every time there's been a BlizzCon as well. Like, the siege tanks got changed where they can't be lifted up siege mode anymore. Then there's 4.0, which was a massive change. Got rid of the mothership core, and then we got another big patch after BlizzCon. So it feels like the game really actually is quite alive after BlizzCon for quite a while. But it feels like maybe like early in the year where there's questions on WCS. Maybe WCS has big changes. We don't know that. Like WCS in 2019 could look very different from 2018.
Yeah.
So I'm predicting in my crystal ball. Oops, I'm gonna come back and defend that attack.
Oh god, I didn't even see that.
I got it.
All right, based.
But it feels like they, that my prophecy is that I think that there will be some doom and gloom chatter in January. But then I would just recommend to the community out there that's watching your stream or my stream right now, if you have ever had those thoughts, stop, because every single year it's happened has been wrong. And I know that, every time there's a plane flight, even though it doesn't crash, that just means that they're one step closer to the one that does.
Yikes.
No, that doesn't necessarily mean that's not what it means.
Sagely
yeah.
wisdom.
I think it's much more healthy to just have a wait and see attitude with that sort of thing. You can't control it. Whatever's going to happen is whatever's going to happen, and you just be chill, enjoy the game, support the game. Like no need to run to the hills screaming.
When it was announced that Mike Morhaime was going to be leaving his position as like...
Oh yeah, that started a don't know about StarCraft train for sure.
Hardcore. I went to the Reddit thread and pretty much... Do you want to get the bonus?
Yeah, that's where I'm headed.
Cool. Yeah,
Sorry,
I went to
I
the
didn't
Reddit thread and everyone was just so down, like almost universally, and
Yeah, I don't find... I mean, to be down about Mike Morhaime leading is completely fine, because I was down about it too. I love the guy. I can't imagine a Blizzard without him being in charge. So I was down in that regard. But as far as like being down about the future of the game,
no,
I absolutely could not get behind.
No, I don't.
I can understand people asking questions because Mike Morhaime is very publicly a huge supporter of StarCraft. It's his favorite IP. Good luck with that, by the way. I'm just going to stop this attack.
Yeah, no worries. I got a billion Hydras.
Wow, that's a lot of siege tanks.
That's a lot of damage.
Okay, we're good. You got it. Nice.
Hell yeah.
Need more energy. Are you
But yeah, so my point is, like, be sad about Mike Morheim leaving. That's great, but don't be sad for StarCraft. The game is doing just fine, and I'm pretty sure that whatever plan they have for StarCraft isn't just going to instantly change just because the CEO changes. Like, they're not going to go, cancel all plans! 2019, throw it in the bin. We're going back to the whiteboard, guys. Let's start over. Like, no. Like, the next 2 years of, I'd say the next year or even 2 years of StarCraft is planned out. Like, I wouldn't, abandon ship.
I feel like people don't give Blizzard enough credit for having real business sense sometimes.
Yeah, they're a smart
You know what I mean?
company,
Like, they're one of the most successful games companies of all time, and especially, present day, right? They wouldn't be throwing their money away on StarCraft 2 just because they like the game and they want to, like, give it charity or something. That's such a weird concept that is some kind of prevailing notion in the community. Like, where did that come from? Who thought that was what it was?
Yeah, I mean, in the end, people say things like Blizzard is a business and they got to chase the money. In the end, that's what they got to do as a reason for StarCraft to not exist. Like, for some reason, people on Reddit, you know what they're like. They think that they know everything because they have a basic understanding of how corporations work. Mm-hmm. But I will agree with them, and Blizzard is a company, and they do what makes sense because of financial reasons. And I think that's the reason why StarCraft is still around, is it actually does make money. It's a game that's already been developed. It has all these microtransactions within it, and it doesn't really, it costs them money to, I'm sure, keep the servers alive and to have, what do you call it, like admins and CMs and whatever for StarCraft work through and support and that sort of thing. And obviously creating co-op commanders and that sort of thing just costs money too. But the return is absolutely worth it, or they wouldn't do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It would look a lot more like Diablo 3, where Diablo 3 is very clearly not getting a whole lot of support because there's not really a whole lot happening for it except, hey, here's a new season. Although it does seem like Diablo is getting a pretty big announcement come BlizzCon, if everything's to be believed.
Yeah, I'm actually just picked up Diablo for the first time just the other day, and I am very
you are like a freshborn babe.
I know. Most of the time, I've never had a good like computer. Even this, I just bought this, and it's still like a like $1,000 laptop kind of situation, but it's the best I've had for a while. But like, I get to play StarCraft with my days, and that's usually enough for me. You know what I mean? Usually pretty happy with that. But I picked up World of Warcraft because some friends like demanded it of me the other month there, just before BFA. And I've been playing with a friend who is like an encyclopedia of knowledge when it comes to WoW lore, and I'm on this kick. Like, I just really want to know everything about every Blizzard franchise now. And Diablo 3 seems super cool.
Yeah, I mean, the lore of Diablo is like not super deep because it's one of those things where like Diablo 1 happened where they were like, there is a prime evil and it has an army of demons and it is coming to take over the world. And you're like, all right, I'll get behind that. And then Diablo 2 fleshed that out a little bit more. And then 3 didn't really flesh it out more. It just kind of said, Diablo's coming back again. I know we said he was super dead, but he's not super dead. Surprise. JK, LOL, here he is. I'm a Diablo fan. I loved 1 and I loved 2. I lost about 6 months of my life to 2 when I was a teenager. Actually, when did 2 come out? Was I even a teenager yet? Yes, I was.
So, I have friends who are... They sing the praises of Diablo 2 like constantly. I was really sad last year actually because I thought that maybe they would announce a Diablo 2 remaster. I hope they do eventually because I would pick that up in a heartbeat just to see the hype, see for myself.
Yeah, I wonder what it's going to be. My guess is like for anyone that's a conspiracy theorist out there, I don't have the actual answer, but I feel like if I had a prediction that I think they're going to remaster Diablo 1 and 2. Maybe just 2.
I'd take
That's what I think's happening. I think that they're going to remaster 2.
I'd love it.
Or, I think that the big announcement will either be Diablo 4 but or remaster 2. I think if they announce an expansion, there is going to be a big collective groan from the Blizzard community, because they're just like, oh, an expansion for that game, you know.
To be fair, it is just coming to the Switch, like November 2nd is the date, I believe. Yeah. So I wouldn't be shocked if it was an expansion, but I would definitely understand the collective groan too, I guess.
Fear Dragon says, what? Diablo 2 had a ton of lore established between the ancients, the family of demons, the history in the different places. Robbie, I said that the Diablo 2 fleshed out the lore a little bit more. I didn't say that it fleshed it out. Like, I don't think it fleshed it out a lot. It just added the whole, like, you know, there's a family of demons and a family of angels, different. Like, there's more than one angel, and there's more than and there's more than 3 prime evils. There's extra evils. You know, I'm with you there.
See, I don't even know what any of that means.
Well, you will the more Diablo you play.
Hell yeah. Somebody's like rebuilding, I think it's Diablo 1, like in the StarCraft arcade. You ever see that?
No. It's actually, StarCraft Arcade is, you know, similar to co-op in the sense that I didn't really get into it until later, so there's a lot of it that I don't, you know, don't feel like I have, you know, an expert opinion on, whereas I would say that I have a relatively expert opinion on most things in StarCraft, but not in arcade. I know that there's a bunch of really cool maps for helping practice like your macro and that sort of thing and multitask, but, and I also bought one of the premium arcade maps to support it.
Nice.
But I never finished it. It was the Arkstar one. It was like an RPG, action RPG, or a turn-based RPG.
Oh, cool.
Tactical thing.
Yeah, I'm super not aware of the arcade. Like, very minimally, I guess. I don't know, but I think the Diablo one is fairly new. I want to say that I saw that on Reddit, like, within the last year.
Heads up, commanders. He's almost over,
Bark, bark.
which means the
So you're a bit of a Redditor then, is what I'm gleaning by this conversation. That you like, you go there a fair bit.
Yeah, Reddit. I think I can attribute a lot of my success, quote unquote success, I guess, to StarCraft Reddit for sure. That's how I like came into the game in the first place. It's how I
last of the sunlight.
learned about the game, where I first started posting. You know, lots of stuff like that. 100%. What are your thoughts on the Reddit?
Chokers have bad news.
I'm not. You know, I have positive and negative thoughts of Reddit. If it was like, I think if Reddit had any kind of positive effect on my StarCraft life, I'd be very, very surprised.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I've had a couple like shout out threads, but they're few and far between. And honestly, like, I kind of talked about it on Drekken's thing about casting, where I just said that I feel like as a commentator, if you're really doing your job, then you actually get no thread.
Really?
Yes.
That's interesting. Why do you say that? Not to have you explain something you've already explained in an interview.
Because that means that you are basically keeping enough people happy that they're not going to sit there and raise their pitchforks.
That's true.
And if you get a positive thread, usually it's like they happen when you first splash on the scene, and then after that they go away.
That is true. I don't know. They feel good. I had one once.
Oh,
It felt real good.
Feel.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
As well, and they feel nice. You know, I remember having the conversation with In Control at I Am Katowice. It's actually like the first year I met him, and you know, I got a shout out thread the year before for like you know, doing a really good job in 2015. And people, and that was sort of when I was splashing onto the international scene after taking like pretty much a year off international casting in 2014. I didn't do any international gigs in 2014. And people were like, you know, doing shout out threads and that sort of thing. And In Control's like, you know what, Maynard, they start like that. And then they transition. When they start to get real sick of you, or when you're at a lot of things, it's be like, does anyone else think that Maynard fake hypes, and does anyone else think that, you know, he screams a little bit too much? I mean, I thought he was really good in I Am Katowice when he did exactly the same thing, but right now, even though he's still doing the exact same thing, I just can't really put my finger on why I just don't want to see him on my TV anymore. And yeah, and then and pretty much like everything he said is basically what happened. But But
That's
if you
a
get through an
shame.
event without having people shit on you, I think it's quite good.
I know that a lot of people have some very negative things to say about our StarCraft, and I really do like completely understand it. I just like, for me personally, I don't really have a good base of viewership like naturally through subscribers or followers or anything like that, right? So I rely on our StarCraft
Well, me neither, but
enormously.
oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I understand what you mean. Like my thing is from being, my growth has been from being on a cast team with a bunch of high level dudes carrying me, and people in chat just learning who you are over time. Like even when I started streaming, I already had a bit of a following.
Yeah.
So it didn't take long to get partnered. It didn't take long to start developing like a small viewership. I mean, right now I actually have, not that many viewers at all, because I'm doing something that's not generally what people want to see. The co-ops and whatnot. Although I just got gifted 2 subs from Webstar as I say that, making me look like an absolute fool. Webstar, thank you very much for gifting 2 tier 1 subs, 1 to Yuri Spine and 1 to Dak Guy 1. Both of you, welcome to the main army.
Big hype.
What a cool guy.
I remember when you started out too, and seeing you grow and rise is pretty cool. I mean, oh, I just attacked your Tychus. Wow.
Oh my
Shit.
god.
My
Well,
bad.
This interview's over.
Rip the dream. Yeah, it's
This is when we
interesting.
stream, gifted up, baby. Oh, Webstar, I love you, man. Thank you. Anyway, finish your thought, dude. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, that's okay. I'm doing my best here, trying to.
Oh, you're
Focus and have
multitasking. I can hear your wheels spinning from here.
Dude, it's hard. I've super lost my train of thought.
It's
But
okay.
yeah, it's
It'll come to you.
it's interesting. Well, I thought it was interesting to see you kind of transition
Structures on my scanner.
into streaming, having
Mhm.
already like I feel like you're very.
Time left in the day.
I was gonna say notorious. I don't think that has the right connotation. You're very known in the StarCraft scene, right?
Yeah.
Notorious
You're
Maynard.
notorious. You're notorious for casting StarCraft too.
But
That's a funny thought.
oof, I'm gonna lose my Kerrigan. Yeah, it was cool to see you, start kind of maybe not from the bottom necessarily, but
Survive it.
have your beginning and rise up as time went on, and
Not enough Vespine.
yeah, you got like a solid base now. It seems it's very cool.
Does feel nice. I would say that it's hard. I try not to compare myself to the other guys, but I do find that you can't really help it when you have peers that you're working with all the time. Every now and then you go, oh, how do I measure up to these guys? And I feel like I am still like one of the lowest followed of the other guys. My Twitch stream is a lot smaller. My following in general on social media is a lot smaller, but I honestly don't care about social media very much. It's more like because I want my Twitch to sustain my lifestyle. I'm very much pushing that pretty hard these days.
Right.
Because it's hard to just get by with just casting,
Yeah.
unless you're a
Absolutely.
really established duo like Tastos, you got to do other stuff because otherwise you're just not being sensible. I was lucky enough to have my internet upgraded to a point where around when I wanted to quit my job, and pursue casting, is okay. You handle the front. I'm going to go to the back end here. We're getting rocks knocked down.
Cool.
That's about when I decided that I wanted to try and be full time. And if my internet wasn't upgraded, I would have had to have stopped already. I think like the Twitch actually, even though I don't have that many subs compared to the other guys, like all you guys in Twitch land right now, I know there's only like a handful. Well, not a handful, but there's several dozen of you out there and watching right now. But if you aren't aware, but your support and subs actually literally keep the dream alive. Like that's, if I didn't have them, then I wouldn't be able to keep doing what I'm doing. So there's a reason why I stream every day, or at least try to stream every day.
I'm hardcore focused right now, trying to make sure that I don't die.
Yeah, please don't die.
This
This is a
mission
rough one
on
with
Brutal.
Tychus, I think.
Get those defenses in place.
This must be
This
like
is a rough one.
the hardest mission on Brutal. I think it has to be, right?
I mean, it can be defensively, especially when there's like when every single attack path is open. It's going to get real. Yeah.
Hmm.
Won't be long now. We just have to survive until dawn.
Okay, we're doing fine. We got it.
We nearly got it.
Base is under attack. Stay cool.
So who, if not Cyril, who's your secondary pick for the big winner of the year?
I'm a massive TY fanboy.
Oh,
so
yeah.
TY is my next pick. Like like I mentioned when we were talking about Maru that he is a preparation god.
Mm-hmm.
And he had so long to prepare for TY, and he only had one series against one guy to prepare for. And TY still brought him to Game 7. And Maru proxied every game, and TY would just whip it back and turn it into a real game and completely, like, outplay him in a lot of those games. But the games where TY won, he outplayed the fuck out of Maru.
Definitely.
And to me, that's really hype. And I think that he is actually like a, if he switches things on, will be a contender for the crown for sure.
I feel like that's part of the reason Maru looked kind of bad going into this. Just his run versus TY wasn't as dominant as maybe some people thought it would be.
Well, TY was definitely his biggest challenge. Maru even brought it up in interviews, like when he had Zest. Zest had to beat TY to get to the final against Maru.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember in the interview leading up to that GSL, which is one of the most one-sided GSLs of all time. Like, it was actually a really horrible final. In the year of Zest that you predicted.
Listen here, okay? Jesus.
Listen. But anyway, he had to beat TY to get through, and I remember the interview, Maru just saying, look, I'm just glad it's not TY, because it would really, if it was TY, it'd be really hard. And then it finally happened, and yes, it was really hard. Maru very nearly lost his streak. It was only one map away.
I miss GSL now. I miss
me
those
too, man.
broadcasts. Feels
But
bad.
see, GSL versus the World was a bit of a weekend broadcast, and what happened to Maru? What happened to him?
Yeah,
It's a bit more of a a BlizzCon kind of format. It's that super tournament.
it's true.
And young Maru, didn't even make it to semis.
That's such a big element of the BlizzCon tournament too. I think, like, I feel like it's so important
It's almost like
for the Korean players that it's not the same as GSL.
I feel you.
Not enough Vespine gas.
I have like no
Require more
resources.
minerals.
Oh, Maynard, if we live through this, I don't know.
Oh, baby, we're not only going to live through it, we're going to win.
You think? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know, Kev. We'll be fine.
All right, I believe in you.
We're going to get all the these overlords will probably want to go somewhere else because the attack's going to come
Oh, you're
through
totally
there
right. Yeah.
very shortly. And it's going to sting.
I'm gonna put some hiders up there.
Vespine gas. Might be time to expand.
I'll be on defensive duties up to the north. You try and hold the south. There's going to be Nidus Worms as
Sounds
well,
good.
so be careful with that. The Nidus Worms will be outside our main, and they're going to bring in like Protoss units, strangely enough.
one of our barricades is being hit hard.
Not it. Your forces are under attack. Our allies are being attacked. Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Son of a bitch.
Our allies, your allies
Did he kill an SCV? He did kill an SCV. Oh my god. Back and forth.
base is under attack. Stay
Enemy
cool.
stunned.
Time to do
Strike now.
that, I think.
You gonna do the thing?
Insufficient
I did the thing.
Our allies' base is under
Oh man, that's a lot of aberrations. Oh, buddy.
engaging the opponent.
Yeah, aberrations are no joke. Gotta be very careful here. Oh shit, they're on my stuff. Oh god.
Are they?
I didn't even realize.
Oh man.
It's okay, it's okay. I'll be fine.
Are you good?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
They're attacking your base, you know. You require more Vespine gas. Mutation complete. Need more energy.
Oof.
Jesus. Alright, I'm gonna need some static. I thought I could do this without static defense, but I think that I was wrong.
Oh man, I think I'm dead actually. Ooh, buddy.
No. We got this. We got this. We got this. I'll draw their fire. Wow, that's a big boy ultra right there.
Are you kidding me? Amon wants to attack us now too? Perfect.
Please don't aim on.
Please, Amon.
Please don't.
I beg you,
Please
Amon.
aim on. Aim on, please, one time.
Merciful Amon.
The ones to kill it.
I don't think he's very merciful, but
Need more minerals. But there are plenty. Your allies being attacked.
Don't give up, commanders. This nightmare is about to end.
oh
that's
boy,
a
that's
lot of
war
war prisms. Oh no.
We're good.
Oh no, I don't even have a spawning pool.
We're good. It's nearly
Uh-oh.
daytime. It's nearly daytime, man. We got this.
Your allies
All right, your main's getting hammered a little bit.
A little
Just
bit. Oh no. Oh god.
our allies are in combat.
Okay, well,
All right.
I have 3 Hydras and a Kerrigan.
Okay. Well, that's. I mean, it's not good.
It's not
I
nothing.
I won't pretend that it's a good thing. But we're not dead.
We are confirmed not dead. I'll give you that
Yes, we are
one.
technically alive.
Time to remake a
Sending
spawning
you the
pool.
coordinates for more structures.
Ooh, buddy.
Yep. Hey, Nick Brook. Rip the hive. Did you lose the hive?
You know what? I don't even remember. I'm gonna be real. I don't think so. No, I don't think I lost a hive. I put it at my farther away point specifically for this reason.
Okay, we're good. Someone in my chat said rip the hive.
I appreciate their vigilance. Oof. Got a drone up here, I think. Unfortunately.
Make it quick.
Your allies being attacked. 가서 도와줘.
Oh, this seems like some good abilities here.
Our allies
Oh,
are
I want that.
We're halfway there, commanders. Keep it up, and we can.
How's your rebuilding going?
Well, it's not great. I have 27 supply instead of 19, so that's something.
Our allies are being attacked. Need more minerals, but there are plenty of rocks.
Oh man, I can't go in that. Oh
Here
no.
comes a new challenger.
Oh, I lost 2 Hydras.
Feels bad.
Feels real bad.
Are you a bit of an F2 user?
No, I try really hard not to be. I'm more of one now than I was when I was kind of good, but no. Are you?
I also have a similar story. I never used to be,
Mm.
but now I use it quite a bit,
It's
and I really
such a-
shouldn't. I actually unhockey it.
Mm.
Like, I actually just disable the key completely sometimes.
I do too, but I physically click on it.
Yeah, no,
Of course
I
I
will
do.
physically click on it when I really, really need it. But that's the
Mm.
idea. T.
I have like
Yeah.
I have almost nothing here. I'm gonna.
Okay, well, I'm gonna try and keep you alive with my defensive stuff.
They're attacking your base, you know. Not enough minerals.
If we
Your allies
let
being
them come
attacked.
into us a little bit, I don't know how far in they can be allowed to come, but
Engaging the opponent. Time to raise your APM.
Kerrigan's like
I'm not
time
sure
stop thing could do some damage maybe.
Yeah, we'll keep that as a last resort. I think that if we've got to survive probably 2 more nights.
Hmm.
Your allies are in battle. Your ally base is under attack. Get ready to
All right, I'm sorry. I need to.
Your ally
My base is under attack again.
No worries. I have a spine crawler now, so that's good.
Search continues.
Oh, this thing.
Yes. Explain.
Oh no. Oh
Okay.
god.
are being attacked.
Not going good.
No, one of those infestors stole Kerrigan, and there's a whole bunch of stuff trying to kill me. I think I gotta.
What happened?
You have my attention.
Our allies are in combat.
I need.
Our allies' base is under attack.
I am the.
Gotta do it.
Stun the enemy. Kill them.
Gotta
Yeah,
do it.
Gotta do it. Gotta do it.
Almost lost my Hydra Den. Actually, it doesn't even matter. I don't have enough gas to do anything with Hydras anyway.
Your allies are in battle.
Oh no, dude, the chokers are
Forces are under attack.
just destroying me.
Creep tumor. So much for your creep spread.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Oh
Hang
god,
on. I'll
yeah.
try and save you.
I don't think there's a
I'll
lot
try
to
and
save.
you.
Oh my god.
Supporting the infested with his own forces. It's gonna be a long night.
Ah, no.
Fuck.
Yeah, I'm at 13 supply. I think that's it for me, dude. I don't think that
Feels
there's
bad.
any coming back.
Base is under attack.
Oh,
Oh no, the Protoss is here.
rip GG.
GG.
Oh, all of my. Oh, okay, so you dying actually is GG. It's
Oh.
TIL. Oh, by
Okay.
the way, thank you very much for the host there, Bike Rush. I'm sorry that I missed that. Appreciate it.
I mean, we did pretty good for it being on Brutal at level 9 and 12.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good. It's not the worst.
No, I've had worse missions for sure.
All right, man. Well,
Alright,
I feel like I've kept you long enough. I know you probably want to grind that ladder. Wait, did he drop? He's not showing in the call anymore. What happened? Oh no, Maynard left unexpectedly. Oh no. It's almost convenient because I was gonna be like, oh man, you know, take so much of your time now. I know you want to go ladder and stuff. There he is. What just happened? Do. We can probably hop in general. That'd probably be fine. He's coming back. He's coming back. There he is. Hey, hello. Hello?
Back, baby.
Hey, there he is.
Sorry, man. I think Discord just updated itself in the middle of a phone call.
That is some stuff. Discord, man. It's an interesting program.
Interesting.
Anyways,
Yes.
almost good timing because I was just saying I have taken a ton of your time now, and I know you got a stream that you want to get to or you want to grind some ladder and wreck some nerds. So I feel like maybe it's a good time to sign off. I've so appreciated talking to you, man. It was really chill, real good conversation.
My pleasure, dude. Hopefully your viewers enjoyed it and my viewers enjoyed it and everyone had a good time because I certainly did.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw the VOD up on YouTube probably tomorrow, maybe over the weekend.
Great.
Yeah.
No worries. Well, thanks for inviting me, dude. I'm a fan of this format where you just like grab people in the community and game with them and chat. I thought like, you know, when you first invited me, I was like, oh, you know, I've done a lot of interviews this year and I don't know if I want to do another one. But then I saw like a video of it and I'm like, oh, that's a cool idea. That's
Yeah,
something different. So,
It's like barely. It's not an interview outright. It's just not. It's just like a like a podcast chat convo kind of thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, I think it's got potential. I appreciate that
Yeah.
you appreciate it, and I super appreciate your time,
it's
man.
Great, man. Thank you so much. I hope to see you again at an event soon.
Definitely will.
I don't
Definitely.
know what events. Can you say which events are you going to this year?
No,
You can't.
I don't think so. I don't
Okay,
know. I
me
know. Hold on. I'm gonna send you a dank DM real quick on Discord. Do you see that?
I do.
Cool. All right, man. Well, I'll see you out in the wild at some point.
I may or may not see you at an event coming soon.
Agreed. That'll be great.
Mhm.
Or it won't. Who knows? All right,
Or
dude.
it won't. It might be terrible. I mean, if we don't see each other, it's going to be awful. But if we do, it's going to be great.
Hell yeah. All right, buddy. You have a wonderful day and a super good stream. And yeah, stay in touch.
My pleasure. Later, dude.
Peace. Maynard is such a good guy, dude. Cool dude. One of the good ones. All right, folks. I think that'll about do it. I think that'll be it for me for tonight. I think I want to try and play some Dead by Daylight, I think. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe some Dead by Daylight. maybe some Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Oh man, so sad. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. If you came in halfway through or whatever, and you're interested in seeing that in its entirety, I'll put that on YouTube. It'll be good. It'll be a thing. Follow me here on Twitch TV/CyanEsports. Follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/CyanEsports. YouTube.com/CyanEsports. Appreciate it all. Patreon.com/CyanEsports. All of it, everywhere. And yeah, thanks for being you. Thanks. See you guys later.